There he is. All right, questions for Dame. First question is coming from Casey Holdall with trailblazers.com.
What the fuck?
Damian, just your general thoughts on playing the Lakers. Obviously, a team that you've had some success with or against, at least in the regular season, scoring-wise. Just your general thoughts on maybe some of the advantages you guys might have going into that series.
I think it's going to be a tough series regardless. They got great players, obviously. They're the number one seed in the West, obviously. So, I mean, obviously, like I said, it's going to be tough. I think the thing that we have on our side is the fact that we've had to be on edge since we've been here. Every game that we've played has been down to the wire. We've had to win close games. We've had to execute down the stretch. We've had to come up with stops. We've kind of been prepared for playoff basketball for the last, 2 or 3 weeks in every single game. So I think we have that going for us going into the series. We're not coming off of, rest games and, sitting out and just kind of waiting for the postseason like they've had the luxury of, which also might be, something good for them, being rested and coming in or whatever. But I feel like that's a plus for us. Just happen to be in that fire since we've been here. So it's not like we got to ramp anything up or do anything different other than lock in on the scouting report and the details of, their team specifically. But we're excited for the matchup. We did our first job, which is to get into the postseason, and now the next job begins, which is to try to win the first game.
Next question is coming from Jason Quick with The Athletic.
Dame, your emotions surrounding Zach not being able to play for game one, and then how that changes your guys' approach.
I mean, obviously it's not ideal. It's not what we want to see. Obviously, he's been out the entire season, basically. And when he came back, it was something we were super excited about. He made a difference for us defensively, rebounding the ball, also giving us that size. So for him to be out, obviously it hurts our team. But the next guy has to step in and be ready. Hopefully he'll be out maybe one game or two. But his health is the most important thing. But our mentality has to remain the same. Go out here to win and not to say that, we put up a good effort. And I think that's what we're doing.
The next question is coming from AJ McCord with Coin.
Hey, Dame, hoping you can give us a little bit of in-person perspective. I know they've been piping in crowd noise for the last of these seeding games, but piping crowd noise, I can't imagine it compares a ton to like a packed Staples Center with superstars on the sideline, packed Moda. So how much of a home court advantage do you think there's going to be in the playoffs just in general?
I don't, other than who's wearing a dark uniform and a light uniform, and whose team is tweets that they're showing on the screen and whose team logo that they're showing on the screen. That's the only way we'll know who the home team is. You don't have anybody cheering for you. We all on the road. We all sleeping in a hotel bed. And you got to win these games on the floor. And it's that simple.
Next question is coming from Dwight James with NBC Sports Northwest.
Okay, obviously, every player in the league has a healthy respect for LeBron James. What's going to be like for you to prepare for a playoff series against a player like that?
I mean, obviously, him being the best player, just your attention to detail and how you can try to limit him from getting to his strengths and just try to make it as hard as possible for him, which is the same thing that you would do in any playoff series. You know who the best players are and you know what they like to do. You just try to make those things as hard as possible and you try to limit those things. And with him, that just happens to be a lot of things. So you're not going to take everything away and you're not going to stop LeBron James from being LeBron James. You just can't let him be the best version of himself. You got to try to limit as much as you can. And that'll increase your chance to win a game. But as far as our preparation, like you said, we coming into it with a healthy level of respect. But we're not coming into it like we can't get the job done. We looking at it like we know what we're up against, and we coming into it feeling like it's a one game at a time, but we can get it done. And it's really no other way to come into it. If we were gonna come into it any other way, then we should have just came here and bowed out gracefully before we even got to this point. But that's not what we showed up for.
Final questions coming from Jason Quick with The Athletic.
A lot of fans in there.
Dame, with Zach out, what do you figure is your guys' best attack? Do you go big, or you maybe go small with Winion or move Gary to small forward? What do you think gives you the best chance?
I think, right now I would guess that it would be Winion. Just because the last time we played the Lakers, we were in a similar situation where Melo didn't make the trip, and he started that game, which was a big game. There was a lot of attention on that game, and he came out, he was prepared, and, we don't expect him to go out there and hold AD or anybody to 0 points. We just want him to come in and give that effort and just, have a positive effect on the game, and I thought he did that the last time. So just knowing that he's done that against this team specifically, we should have, some confidence in him being able to step in for however, many minutes it is, and to be able to contribute. And, it'll be by committee. He won't come in and just say, all right, I'm Zach Collins. I think, we should trust that he can come in and do a solid job like he did the first time.
All right, thanks, Dame.